Human trafficking in the time of COVID-19, taking care of Ohio's vulnerable during this pandemic. Human trafficking hasn't stopped just because everything else has. During this time of uncertainty, we cannot forget that human trafficking victims and survivors, and those at high risk for victimization, are not only more vulnerable to coronavirus, but to re-trafficking and re-victimization. Food, housing, and job insecurity can make a person more vulnerable to trafficking, as can lack of access to mental health care and drug and alcohol treatment. These issues have become increasingly widespread in light of the negative economic impact, strain on the healthcare system, and limitations on movement and group meetings caused by COVID-19. Human trafficking survivors may also be more at risk to coronavirus because they suffer increased rates of trauma. Trauma has been found to make people more susceptible to illness. Furthermore, human trafficking survivors may be more at risk for re-victimization because traffickers often socially isolate their victims in order to gain and maintain control over them. Unfortunately, it is easier than ever to become socially isolated during this pandemic. So what can we do as a community in this time of social distancing? First, let's remember that social distancing refers to physical isolation, not social isolation. Maintaining social connections during this time is incredibly important, especially for human trafficking survivors. We do not want traffickers to gain control over their victims because people are socially isolated. Second, there are a variety of ways that you can support the fight against human trafficking during this time. One of the first things you can do is learn to recognize the signs of human trafficking. Visit the link on the screen to get started. Once you have learned to recognize the signs, remember the motto, see something, say something. Even if you are unsure, it doesn't hurt to make a call. One place in Ohio that you can call to report any suspected incidents of human trafficking is the Cuyahoga Regional Human Trafficking Task Force at the number on screen. There are other things that you can do to help. You can write to your local, state, and federal elected officials. Let them know you care about this issue. Ask them what they are doing to combat it. You can research House Bills 128, 415, and 431, and Senate Bills 13 and 247. Tell your legislators what you think of these bills. Keep the focus on human trafficking, so it is harder for traffickers to slip by unnoticed. You can find your local legislators at the website on screen. Keep yourself informed. Set up a web alert to receive current human trafficking news. Don't let this issue escape your notice. For a national or international perspective, you can follow such groups as Polaris, ECPAT, Thorn, and Shared Hope International. After informing yourself about what is going on, use social media platforms to raise awareness. You can do this using the hashtags human trafficking and forced labor. Let survivors know they are not alone, that people care and are paying attention. You can host an online awareness raising event. Perhaps watch and discuss films about human trafficking. Get others informed about this issue. For a list of documentaries to get you started, visit the website on screen. Know your local resources in Ohio. Some of these are Project STAR and the Rape Crisis Center, May Dugan, Renee Jones, the Collaborative to End Human Trafficking. Also, the Health and Human Trafficking Clinic at Case Western Reserve University School of Law. Do you know a human trafficking victim that needs a place to stay? Try Project STAR. Know a survivor in need of counseling services? Try the Rape Crisis Center. May Dugan or Renee Jones at the numbers on screen. Do you know a survivor in need of legal services? They can contact the Health and Human Trafficking Clinic at Case Western Reserve University at the number on screen or by emailing lawclinic@case.edu. If nothing else, remember to reach out more, not less. Thank you.